Yo guys, it's your homie Xeno Pain. I'd like to welcome you all to another Black Desert Online video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the patch notes, and we got some really good ones here today. So let's go ahead and bounce into it. To start off our August 11th, 2021 patch notes, we do have the Corsair Awakening that came out today. We also have, in addition to the increased drop rate via excavation as certain nodes added in a previous update, defeating monsters in the following regions now have a higher chance to drop mass of pure magic than before. This includes places like Desert Naga Temple, Bosham Base, Tatium Valley, and other various places in Valencia, and Fauda's Habitat with other various places in Kalmasovia, and Blood Wolf Settlement along with other various places in Devincroon. It also says, as a side note, we've increased the sources to obtain massive pure magic. Not only can you now obtain massive pure magic from low level monster zones, but we've improved the drop rates and reduced the time it takes to acquire them from production nodes. This we hope greatly adds to the ways adventurers just starting their journey to craft Black Star gear can start gathering massive pure magic. We also have defeating monsters in the following regions will now drop Khafra stones, and the drop rate of Khafra stones has been increased, and this includes places in Valencia, Kalmasovia, and Devincroon. Also, in a side note, to allow for a better supply of Khafra stones, we've increased their drop rate from each monster zone. Monster zones that already dropped Khafra stones in Ancient Spirit Dust saw the number of drops increase, while regions that never saw these drops, such as Kratuga, Akhman Temple, Hysteria Ruins, will now see them drop. Defeating monsters in early Valencia areas should now grant on average between 5 to 10 Khafra stones per hour. With today's patch, we do have early graduation, which take place today through the end of the summer season, and in order to graduate you have to complete all season pass rewards, including if you bought the season pass. So either way, you have to collect all the rewards and then it will allow you to graduate. So you speak to Fugar, and then Fugar will take you to Layla, and then Layla will let people know that you're gonna graduate. That's like what the quest line's all about, and it'll take you back to Fugar. And once you go back to Fugar from Layla, he will give you an honorable adventure certificate, which you will have to go into your inventory and press A or X on that certificate to complete the quest for season server graduation. He will also then give you a Tuvala conversion stone box and gift box full of memories, and Fugar's letter of encouragement. The letter of encouragement is just a letter and it really has no purpose. And the full of memories box contains boss gear exchange coupon, graduation cap, golden graduation gown, which you can sell to any NPC, advice of Volks plus 60, Kronstone times 100, Sacred Book of Old Moon 7 days, Alion's Tears times 10, item collection increase scroll times 5, Giovan's Gorlin's support scroll times 5, which is for like life skill and stuff like that, and also a Takro Spirit Stone, Blessed Message scroll times 5, Premium Elixir box times 3, and Fentos Filling Sweet Fresh Juice times 10. So here I'm going to show you how to convert your season Tuvala gear into regular gear. You just open up the Tuvala stone kit, and it'll bring up all these reform stones that you could use. Click A or X on a stone and it'll bring up the menu to reform them into regular seasonal gear, or just regular gear, my bad. And it's as easy as clicking like each and every single one of them one at a time to convert them into regular gear. This goes for accessories, armors, and weapons. So you click, for example, the gloves, and then you'll click on the glove Tuvala reform stone, and it's as easy as boom, done. Also, after you get done with the Tuvala conversion, you're going to want to pull one or both of your boss exchange coupons out. You'll have two if you use the she shells for the boss exchange coupon, and if you did not use the she shells for that, or the swelling shells, then you would only have one exchange coupon. So you're gonna see what you have pinned and then go to Fugar once you have those boss exchange coupons in your inventory, and get the quest corresponding to either what pin you have that you want to exchange into boss gear, and it'll take you to Velia. Once we're here in Velia, you're going to speak to the blacksmith Underfoe, chat with him, and hand him both boss exchange coupons if you have two, or just one of them, And then after you hand those exchange coupons to him, then you would have to hand over your Tuvala gear. Now, in order to hand over the Tuvala gear, you will have to unequip it first and then give it to Underfoe. Also, if you have any crystals in your armor or weapons that you're trying to convert into boss gear, make sure that you take those out before handing them in to Underfoe, or else he just won't do it. So once you guys take the crystals out, have your Tuvala gear that you want to convert unequipped, then he will take your gear and say, just wait here a moment. You will back out of the menu, and once you back out of the menu, your Beg's gloves, depending if you do gloves or not, will pop up, and your Zarka, depending if you do main weapon, will pop up. We also have the end season rewards for the Kaposha earring, Kaposha ring, Perella star, and Kaposha belt. Unfortunately, we do not have the Kaposha necklace. So Zizi is opening up your Black Spirit and accepting the Perella's quest line, and this can be accepted on a regular season character or a normal character that is level 51 or above. And all you guys gonna do is follow the quest line, and I'm gonna show a little bit here just to help you guys along the way. Now, the Perella's quest line is pretty self-explanatory. I also didn't want to go into it like side by side because the story is really great. Don't skip it, guys, especially if you're a romanticist and you love romantic stories. It's really great. Almost made me tear up. But anyway, this is the first hard part, is the Amity Game, and a lot of people are not familiar with the Amity Game. As you guys can see here, I'm picking people to converse with LaCroix. And what I tend to look for is an interest level of at least 20-ish up, and then sparking interest of about 70% or higher, and then putting those people all together to increase my Amity. Now, this is one way to do it, and there's also another way you can increase Amity in the Amity Game, and I'm going to go ahead and swap over and show you how to do that. The other method is switching to a character with a lot of energy and switching to the greet option, and just keep on greeting them until you reach the recommended Amity, which for this instance it's 200, and it goes up by 2 to 3-ish every greet. But if you have 200 plus energy, it will be super easy. So yes, you can switch characters to use up their energy if your current character does not have any, and then you can switch back to the character that has the quest and get it done. Once you've done the whole Perella's quest line, it will take you back to Fugar. And like I said, I didn't want to spoil the story, but you accept it, and then he will give you a certificate, which you can use that certificate for redemption for either the Pen Kaposha earring, Pen Kaposha ring, Perella's star, or Kaposha's belt. Now, the reason why we didn't get the necklace is because I don't know why, we just didn't get it. But we do have the belt, the ring, and the earrings, and the Perella star. The Perella star is really good depending on what type of person you are. It can be used in your stone slot, and it is permanent. I'm gonna go ahead and put up the stats right now of it. Like I said, this stone is permanent, and it is one of the options, and you can use mystical spirit powder, which is obtained from grinding regular spirit stones, to repair it. And it does give you damage from monsters -5%, all damage reduction +4, HP recovery +1 per hit, all resistance +5, movement speed +5%, max HP +200, and max stamina +100. We also have monster changes that were brought to in Traxion. And then we have some character changes. As for Ranger, Cold Blade 1 through Tet, change the range accuracy rate increase effect in the description to match the actual effect. Guardian, Prime, Frostbite, and Axe 1 through Pin, fixed an issue where the critical hit increase effect was being applied. We also have a bunch of course air balances as well. I'm not going to get into those because I want to keep this somewhat short. We do also have Dragon Scale fossils drop rate increase as well, and that's in Dragon and stuff like that. Then we also have the upper limit of the price of value packs on the central market has been increased, so they will be a little bit more to sell than to keep for those of you who buy pearls and sell pearl items. And also the amount of Volkscry and Kronstones that can be extracted from outfits has been increased. Before it was like 300 and something, now it's all the way up to 420. That's amazing. So it went from 372 to 420 cronstones. That's amazing. So if you guys have any premium costumes that are saved, make sure that you melt them down now, and I hope you kept them prior to this. They've also made it so where the dragon scale fossils can actually be exchanged places other than just Calpheon. You can do Velia, Hideout, Altanova, Valencia, Grana, Devoncroon, and the San Grand Bazaar now. They also added priests that cleanse gear of their darkness were dispatched to each of the blacksmiths in their towns and cities. Through their teaching, certain NPCs can now cleanse gear. So turn on Underfoe in Velia, Tecton in Hideout, Grandis in Calpheon, Mevo in Muranon in Altanova, and then Alpha in Valencia, and Dixipo in Grana, and Hugh Hall in Devoncroon. With this update as well, we do have the slippery scallywags that have finally showed themselves. So this is Aquila's Eye, and to the east of Aquila's Eye, you have the slippery scallywags den. Now there's a bunch of quests to do here and knowledge to gain from here, so I highly recommend coming out here, especially if you're one of those people who like to hunt for knowledge. And if you are a Corsair and you're doing the Awakening, you'll automatically teleport out there to discover the island, so you'll know exactly where it's at if you're doing the Awakening quest for the Corsair. Also, with this update, they have changed the background music for Hysteria Ruins and Akhman Temple. As Hysteria Ruins and Akhman Temple are both located in the desert regions of Valencia, we composed their new background tracks with traditional instruments of the Middle East. We also added string instruments to add dramatic elements for adventurers who may suddenly find themselves in combat situations in these zones. So I have not went to Hysteria yet to see what they've changed and how cool it sounds, because I'm willing to bank that it sounds pretty badass. But once I do, I'll let you guys all know, like in the comment section of this patch note video. Also, this is what everyone's been waiting for a minute. Your family name will now be engraved on items that are enhanced to pin. That's amazing. So now you can brag about it. People will see it when they buy it off the CM. But unfortunately, if you pinned any items prior to this update, your name will not show up on the dang thing. It kind of sucks. I wish that wasn't the case, but it is. So now from this day forward, after this patch, any pin that you make will have your family name on the item. Also, if you press the start button and then go to character and inventory, they now have a my stat screen, and this my stat screen shows you everything from your armor bonuses to your crystals, all the values in a sum. So now you don't have to just keep on guessing what your stats are. They do have a legend at the very bottom of the screen telling you what the character-based basic stats are, additional, base, additional, bonus effects. But note that now you will be able to see all the stats for your character in the inventory window and view my stats window. You will also be able to see all the effects that affect them, extra damage, equipped crystals, food, elixirs, and all other buffs in real time. However, the skills for Yanaros Light, Pilgrim Steps, and Knight's Defense that only apply in Node Wars will not be applied. We have also received additional feedback that adventurers would like to see even more stats than the ones listed right now after this feature's release on Global's Lab. These are currently being developed. When we are done, it will be released on Global Lab. So this is a nice quality of life, and like Sherna says, the technology is here. So now we can all be toxic with each other and compare stats and brag who has the better stats. I was just joking. Also, we do have some node war changes. I'm not going to go into those. I will link the patch notes in the description down below, and other changes as well for the UI, but we're going to go ahead and jump into other announcements, such as issues with gathering. Apparently there's this bug going around that was found after the August 11th maintenance that under certain conditions some adventurers were not able to gather as intended. We are currently assessing the situation and are working on a way to quickly resolve this issue. We apologize for the inconvenience and thank you for your patience. So if you are at work right now and you log in after work or whatever it is that you do, just be prepared that if you life skill, that you may or may not be able to gather in certain circumstances. We also have a Lineo of the Slippery Scallywags event. He will pop up in a bunch of monster zones, and when he does pop up, you speak to him, and if you're a Corsair, this only applies for Corsair class only, the dialogue will be, "What is it?" and he will give you combat experience gain plus 100% and skill experience gain plus 300%. For every other class, the dialogue will say that you understand, and it will grant you skill experience gain plus 300%. Also, Black Desert is doing their second anniversary event, which is a Black Desert Plus download campaign. And in this campaign, it's an incredibly convenient application that can be downloaded onto your mobile phone. Want to keep chatting to guildmates while you're away from home? Want to keep tabs on the central market while you're outside? Not to worry, Black Desert Plus shall provide the full package. I have this on my phone and it's amazing. You can see central market stuff and you can talk to your guildmates offline. It's just a good quality of life measure to use, especially if your guild's active or needs your help, especially if for some reason Discord's not working. It's a good alternative. But the main thing with this is that once you download Black Desert Plus, you'll get a free secret book of Old Moon if you have a linked account. So sign in with the linked account and you'll get this secret book of Old Moon. And this is really important because a lot of people who have Corsair, for some reason, once you go to prime skills, you cannot use your awakening. So if you're a free to play person and you haven't spent any money and you don't have a Armstrong skill guide or a secret book of Old Moon already active, do this to get your free secret book of Old Moon to reset your succession on your Corsair to allow you to finish the awakening quest in Black Desert Online, and it is a 7-day. We also have a Defeat, Fish, and Gather 'em All event that's going on right now, and it's to get rarity pouches, and these rarity pouches can drop Blackstone weapons or Blackstone armors, golden colcanth, hard black crystal shards, sharp black crystal shards, cronstones, memory fragments, Volk's Cry, and ancient spirit dust. And you can go ahead and receive these either from gathering, defeating monsters, or fishing. We also have Feel the Scorch of Agris Fever. So this is an Agris event. Now, if you use your Agris in areas such as Boshams, Desert Fogans, Desert Nagas, Waragon's Furies, Kadris, Gaha's Bandits, Crescents, Bassies, Centaurus, Pilaku, and Sulfur Mine, and defeat 1,500 sulfur mine workers, and that goes along with others like 2,500 for Gahaz, etc., you're entitled to a glorious Contusa treasure chest ×1 if you use your Agris in these spots. And you can get various things such as duo tongue grad necklaces, prize stuff, hards, sharps, memory fragments, ancient spirit dust, Yona fragments, and all that good stuff. So if that's something that interests you and you are looking for an excuse to use your Agris, those are the places to use it. Like I said, I will link this down in the description below to show you guys what's up, so that way you guys know exactly where you need to go. But other than that, that does cover the patch notes for August 11th, 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did and you want more Black Desert Online content, don't forget to smack that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And please share the video so that way we get suggested and all that stuff. You know, people can enjoy all the guides and tutorials and straight to the point content. But other than that, your homie Xenopain out. Peace.